Hello, I'm James from the PlayStation blog, and I'm here with Robin and Genova from That Game Company. And this is the first time I've got to speak to these guys about Journey, which, if you're not aware, is the third game from these guys that's going to be on PlayStation Store after Flow and Flower. So, just to start things off, I mean, how difficult is it to talk about Journey without giving too much away and ruining that kind of sense of discovery to the player?
It's definitely one of the big challenges of doing a That Game Company game press tour. We think that it's important for players to experience Journey for themselves, but we also want them to be excited about it, so that's Genova's job.
Well, do you ever heard a movie director talking about the plot of their movies when they're on a tour? So yeah, that's pretty much like how I felt. You know, we don't want to give out the details because it is a discovery game. It's better if you pick it up yourself. So what we could talk about is mostly, you know, how the online gameplay is going to work, maybe what's the inspiration of the game is. Yeah.
So, my understanding is of the online gameplay is that you will randomly meet players in the world, but you're very limited in how you can communicate them on the surface, at least.
That's correct.
So correct me if I'm wrong. Is that how it works?
Indeed, it is. As you start the journey, you'll realize that you have very few controls because at That Game Company we focus on accessibility, and we really want people to be able to pick it up and play it. So it's just a couple of buttons and then moving forward. And as you move through the game, you experience people. You can call to them, so you can actually sing, and they can call back to you. And then you can move around in the environment, and we really want your actions to be the thing that people focus on. We want you to see the other character and think there's a person there, there's a real human being behind that player. And that's the thing that we focus on most. So there's no voice chat and there's no text chat. It's a totally safe experience.
I mean, removing voice chat and text chat, is that something to do with your personal experiences of playing online? Because I think if I was producing a game, I would do exactly the same thing.
Right. I mean, sometimes you just don't really need to know some unnecessary information, such as whether that's a guy or girl. You know, should this matter in a game like Journey? The character doesn't even have gender, right? And then that matter if this player is a kid or an adult, doesn't matter. It's just an interaction between two humans. So we felt actually removing them makes the communication more simple and more elegant, you know.
But rather than just communicate, can you impact upon their game as such?
Well, that's kind of like asking if you spend time with another person, say on a road trip. Does that person influence your experience of the road trip? In a way, a lot of what Journey is about is just being with another person and seeing what they have to offer. And I think it wouldn't be appropriate for Genova and I to say what the players you play with will be like, but definitely they will change your experience.
Right. Yeah, it's more like unpredictable actors on the stage, or NPCs in a game that is actually controlled by a real human. So how are you supposed to interact with that? I have not experienced that, so that's why this game is interesting. Yeah.
Okay, well, I think we can sort of wrap it up there, but just to finish, I mean, what do you want people to feel? It's a very emotive game. All of That Company's games are extremely emotive to a lot of people. What kind of expressions do you expect to bring out with Journey?
It would be really good if after playing Journey people thought a little bit harder about what it was like to interact with another person, maybe even in their real lives day to day. Maybe they could take some of those feelings with them into the real world and bring a little bit of collaboration and cooperation to their everyday lives.
Genova?
It is, for traditional games we design this emotional roller coaster for one player, one audience. But this is a game where both players, or multiple players, are on a similar journey, and they happen to run into each other, and that's something that I've never seen before, and I'm particularly interested in seeing whether this is going to create a stronger bond between the two players. Because people say when you put someone through a very difficult experience with each other, and they will create a bond, right? It's like Left 4 Dead. You're trying to survive with someone, and there will be a bond. But in Journey, it's not really a survival situation. It's more about a personal transformation on his own journey. And what if both players are together and they went through a journey together? What kind of feeling is that going to be? that is what I'm most excited about. Yeah.
Thank you very much for your time both, and we'll look forward to Journey on PlayStation Store.